Now let's try indexing. Indexing, we explained this, I believe, in the first episode. And indexing, it's just how to reach different places in your own table, how to extract different data from your own table. So table indexing. And it's really goes long way because you might use different function like mean, average, all this stuff for specific values in your table. And it's very helpful. It's just very helpful to know and crucial if you want to do like different application of it. So let's try something like average weight. We do have weight, right? So let's get the mean of the average weight in our table. So I have, oh, I forget the weight. Okay, so let's try one more comma and let's type weight. Here we go, it does added weight. So let's try now mean. So we are talking about indexing. One of the indexing, like the table is under T, right? So right now I will write T, it's the blue color, so I am on the right track. If I press dot, this indexing, because he's gonna give me all the available variables that I can choose that it will make the mean or the function that I do want. So right now, average variable, if I press run, it gives me the average weight is 87. So this all the weight, the average one is 87. Okay, or the mean, my bad. This is the mean, not the average. I don't know why I stuck to average. Okay, let's see. So what if I want to average? Or what if I want to like median? So I can choose all the different like function I do want. So same thing, average weight is 87. Okay, let's create the average height and let's try the same. It's gonna be like almost same procedure. So mean, same point of indexing. Okay, T dot and then height. So right now, if I press run, he gave me the average height to be 4074. So this all my height, the average one is 74, and so on. Like you can do this, but the point of indexing is just t the source and then dot, and he gonna give you different variables. Is this the only way? No, there is a lot of different ways. Okay. So what if I just wanna the first three rows of the table and ignore the rest? We are talking about five variables here, but you might have tables with like several variables with a lot of rows and columns. So, okay, how I can do this? So let's try the first few rows. So, same thing, the source, but this time I will open a bracket, okay? So rows and columns. So I'm gonna specify I want the first row to the third row, okay? Comma. Now he expect me which column I do want. So I want all of them. So I press double dot and then like if I press run, the first few rows are gonna give me the first three rows with the entire columns, with the 7 columns I do want. Okay. So I'm just told MATLAB I wanna get from row number 1 to row number 3 and I want all the columns in those rows. Okay, now let's try with the last rows. Like this is my table. What if I want just the second the two rows? So instead of writing the number, okay, let's say you have 10,000 rows and you're not like you're gonna be very hard to pick like the last two or maybe like in the middle or something like that. So the other option we can do, it's last rows. Okay, same sequence is T and open, but MATLAB do understand end. End means like the last row, because especially when we are writing end in the row position. So if I write end, I can also do something like end minus 2, means like the end 1, but before the end by 2. So he gonna expect like Nathan and Brown. Okay, so end minus 2 to the end. So like from Nathan to Brown, like from end minus 2 to the end, which is Nathan and Brown. Okay, and we wanna all the column, all the columns. So now if we press run section, you're gonna give me the last 3 rows, which is okay. So I think I counted in a wrong way. So end minus 2, like this is the end, so minus 2 Nathan and Nick. Okay, if we make end minus 3, it's gonna give me Michael, Nick, Nathan and Brown, and so on. Okay, so start counting like above the end. So above the end is, this is my table. So end minus 3, right? So this is the end, 1, 2, 3. So you're gonna count it from here and so on. Okay, so MATLAB do understand the end function. Okay, but what if like I want to just specify the names instead of like creating all the columns, or I just want to choose some specific columns among them? So we can do this by, let's create a new variable, finding by names. This will be equal, same sequence, T open bracket. So right now I wanna, for the rows, I wanna from row number 1 to row number 3 shown Michael Neck. Okay, but right now this is the columns, right? I will open a matrices, and he's helping me actually, like he give me all the options that I can choose, like he understands what I want to do. So the first column I do want is age, the second one maybe athlete. Okay, I'm gonna give me is just the first 3 rows of this, and I do expect it's gonna be just from 2 ages and athletes. So if I press run right now, here we go, the first 3 rows and just for those 2 columns without having the entire table for me. And we have a row names, right? So if you have a table, like here we have all the row names for every row. So also if you have this option in your table, you can find just some rows just by writing the row names. So how we can do this? Same thing. So same sequence almost. So let's finding by rows. So the source T, and then open a bracket, open a matrices, and now I'm gonna just find by row. So I wanna the brown row, John and Michael. Yeah, John and Michael. Here we go. Okay. Okay, which column I want from them? Maybe all of them. Yes. Oh, so this mistake. So this is the rows and then all of the column. Because it's all the matrices. So the matrices has all the rows and then comma and then my column. So how I did understand there is like a mistake or I'm doing something wrong here. So when I press run, when I press comma and then like double quotation, you guys like, you can see this red dot or red like color over there means like something is wrong in your code. So then, okay, I picked it up and then I like figure out this all 4 rows, and then he needs the other position in the column. So when I did this, there is no red color, which is mean I'm on the right track. So right now, if I press find by rows, I get find by rows if just the rows that I did specify in my code, and he gave me all the column. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now let's see if I wanna add or like do a calculation to an entire variable or column in my table. What should I do in this position? I mean, it's really heavy in indexing and like adding variables. It does sound easy here, but like I'm pretty sure a lot of data has several of data. So that's why it does make sense. Like here we're applying on just 5 variables, but as I said before, imagine if you have like 10,000 variable or something like that. You will never go to the table and search for a specific variable, but using indexing, it will be life-changing experience if you did that. Okay, so now, as I said, let's try to add or subtract in my variable. So let's like add, I have ages, right? So let's clear this and let's see our table. I have ages. What if I want to add all of those ages, maybe 5 age more? What should I do? So as I said, same way. So I have the t, I have the dot, I specify ages. This is the variable, okay? And then equal, same thing, t dot ages. So now variable t dot ages, and I'm telling MATLAB that I want t dot ages, but right now I want to have +5. So if I press run, so now the first John age is 23. If I press run, John age is 28. Now Michael is 30. Now 38, 40, 50. What if I want to add 10 years? Now 50, 60, 48, 40, 38, and so on. Okay, let's try this with height. So same sequence, height. Okay, this is my variable, and then so I wanna t dot height, same sequence plus 30. Okay, so let's so this is the height 71, 89, 56, 75, 80. So brown was 80. Right now, if I press run, brown will be 110. Okay, I can make like 80. So instead of 110, brown height would be 190, which is crazy. So, but yeah, anyway, what I wanna get out of this, the takeaway is that you can edit, add or subtract anything you want from table indexing. Okay, it's very helpful for even unit conversion or any change you want to do to any of your variables.